Thank you so much, everyone, for joining for our first Social Media Monday. Mary Jean, thank you for dropping in and letting us know some stories of the campaign trail. And I wanted to introduce Stormy. Stormy is my longtime friend, who is also my roommate, who is a longtime advocate for cannabis. And I'd love for her to share a little bit of her story. And thanks also Bruce for showing up and throwing down with creating the final video product for us, and Dana, of course, for kicking off this campaign and making it happen. First of all, Mary Jean, maybe you can just tell us a couple stories about how the campaign's been going.
The campaign appears to me to be going really well. I think we have a lot of great volunteers, a huge amount. We've been out canvassing, we've been on the streets. We're working on dialing in our flyers, but there's been a great positive response everywhere I've gone. We got to go into some tough neighborhoods because it's been pretty easy up until now.
Awesome.
Yeah, you want to get down to Kerrisdale, find out what people say about that.
Yeah.
So maybe we can do a little bit of a round of the room, and I'll maybe just do a little bit since I'm already talking. I'm really excited about the energy and the people that have been coming to our campaign and really throwing down. Having I think it's 60 or so volunteers that are willing to hit the streets and talk to people. It's really amazing. And I think that the conversations that we're having are a long time coming, and that we're going to really add to the conversation around cannabis here in Vancouver, provincially and federally as regulations change. So Stormy, yeah, I'd love to invite you to just take a moment and share a little bit about you and what brings you here.
Hi guys, thanks for having me in the group. Very excited. I started smoking cannabis when I was about 19, specifically for pain management, although I do enjoy it for many other reasons. I have a very rare disorder called Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. It is a multisystemic disorder that affects 80% of my tissues in my body. It is extremely painful. Am I still on? Pause.
You're still on, oh yeah.
Last year, I suffered from a cerebral microhemorrhage, and I also started having seizures. So now there is an entirely new set of reasons for me to be using cannabis, and most of my treatment has come from the cannabis community. It's been extremely supportive throughout the years that I've been involved in it, and I'm very thankful.
Awesome. Thank you, Bruce. Your sound in your background is really, really high, so I've been muting you. But maybe you can, we'll carry on to Dana while you've got the dishes going on in the background.
So I'm telling what am I talking about? I heard what I'm doing with the campaign, and
maybe you can tell us a little bit about the social media assets that you would like to see out there, and just talk about the social media aspects of the campaign.
Yeah, for sure. We've got a good presence from our Sensible BC system. Pretty popular Facebook page that's mostly people in BC and a lot of them in Vancouver. I've got a pretty good personal Twitter presence in that. Our Instagram is kind of lacking, but we're going to be working on getting more things on there as well. But it's about having people working together to post the same kind of stuff and build momentum for the topics we're looking at. We're going to be doing some paid advertising, mainly on Facebook, I think, as well, but that won't be for a little while. But trying to target specific groups and people to bring them in and get them to vote. But it's something that it's easy for people to get involved with. We have a lot of people that are very much into the social media in our campaign, and I think if we can harvest that, we can build a pretty solid online presence. There you go.
So yeah, my hopes for Social Media Mondays is that it's an opportunity for us as a team to get together and to share, comment, like all of our stuff so that we can really get the word out. and support the conversations around the kinds of reforms that we would like to see. So obviously, we're all pro-cannabis people that would like to see sensible regulations around the craft cannabis industry. But also we have a really creative and diverse group of people that I think are happy to make memes and get the word out for us. So this is an opportunity for the next 4 weeks for us to get some media out there and have it have a life of its own. James, maybe you want to just jump in and talk about your hopes for Social Media Mondays.
Thank you, Tammy. My biggest hope is that I arrive on time. My apologies for arriving late. I didn't find the link. I'm looking to see, to be able to share media content, try and drive direction for what we're trying to achieve that week, make sure that we have content available to feed the social media channels, and that it's stuff that we're liking to put out rather than happen to get out. And try and curate that proactively instead of reactively.
So I'd love to give Stormy just a little bit of a chance to talk a little bit about her social media kicks. Mary Jean, I know that you need to be going on to your next thing, but maybe we could have another 5-10 minutes to just really connect and hear what Stormy brings to the table with her skills and abilities.
Thanks, Tammy. So I do work in social media. I've been a social media influencer for the past about 6 years or so. I first got a taste of social media when I was doing modeling for Suicide Girls. And it was a necessary thing to have, the Twitter and the Instagram and the Facebook and have all these fan pages and create a brand out of yourself. And I ended up just being naturally pretty good at it. And I was hired by a independent marketing company called Du Jour Marketing. And we worked for alternative companies. Some of them were in the cannabis industry. We worked for the New Amsterdam Cafe for a while and kind of branched off into other areas. And I have, I think, 103,000 followers on Instagram, about 6,000 followers on Twitter, and a couple thousand on Facebook. And that's just out of all of the knowledge that I've built up over the last couple of years. And I've just used that to really push forward with branding and marketing. And it's kind of something that I really enjoy doing and something that I feel that I've been pretty successful at. So, yeah.
And I've also been able to witness you really pushing forward on advocating for invisible illness and for cannabis. And so much appreciated for your work and really raising awareness about both of those things.
Thanks, Van. Yeah.
Awesome. So in terms of today, I think we can keep it short. Our plan is to finish our social media asset page so that we can have a one-stop place on the website where people can go and share stuff from. I'm just putting together an email that has our staff meeting as well as the last piece the second piece that we did, Mary Jean, the other day with the policies and platforms for our canvassers to get the word out, and encouraging all of our people to get on Slack and to help us get organized together. Bruce, okay. Did you want to chime in with what you're up to?
Most biggest thing is, sorry. Yep. You had me, okay, yeah. The dishes are done. Mostly it's been just taking the raw footage that's been pulled out of Zoom and then just topping and tailing it with campaign logos and contact information, and then uploading that to YouTube with appropriate comments and search tags, description, and licensing, etc., so that it's actually tagged up with Creative Commons as opposed to the standard YouTube licensing. And pretty much that's it. Running into some interesting issues with the editing suite that I'm using, but that's more technical than anything else, so we'll figure that out in a few seconds. But process-wise, just trying to streamline the production of raw material into distributable video assets.
Awesome. Well, I just want to thank everyone for this little check-in. This is our first one, and I look forward to having more participation in the future. Do you want to end with a few words, Mary Jean?
No. Thanks for coming, everybody. And I think 5:30 tonight at my house. Come again. Come to my house. In person.
Right on.
Awesome. Okay, well, thank you so much, everyone, and let's get to work.
Okay. Cheers. Nice to
Bye.
meet you, Tommy.
I look forward to working with you guys. I'm really excited.
Yeah.
Right on.
You.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye.